I am Chaos Group and welcome to my look at patch 1.06. We had it come in last night and it's over a gig, so there should be some substantial movement, hopefully on those servers, because we've been having quite a lot of issues. In hindsight, I realised that I had a damn good run for that review footage, and now, after trying to proactively join online games, it's been incredibly difficult. But 1.6 comes with some good and bad. When I say substantial, it hasn't improved any of that quick play request, and you will still get kicked mid-game, and there is some XP issues going on when said kick happens. On the quick play front, after this 1.06, I found it easier or have a higher success rate when I'm looking at the entire galactic map. You know, when you can see everything. I haven't drilled into a particular planet or particular region, and I think it has a larger bin to sort of pull games from. Some people in the comments have been talking about there being a 10,000 cap on a lot of player counts, which is going to be increased. That would be interesting. That would explain the quick knockbacks. Not like you get into a game and you're kicked due to some sort of error. It's like, no, you're not even stepping into this open lobby. I do want to say, other than these server issues, my god, this game is impressing me. The more maps I've had access to or open planets on that galactic selection, the more I've just been bowled over by how varied and beautiful they've got this game looking.
Sending in an eagle! Last reload! Get some! Get some!
Since the previous video on Helldivers 2, I have been exploring soloing some of the challenging missions as opposed to medium, and they are completely doable. You just have to have the right stratagems, obviously, but getting to explore these visuals more, getting to see some of the familiar planets completely cloaked in this mist, it's difficult for them to see the way they come out and the detail. This is truly current gen looking all the time. I just wish there was an offline mode where I could explore this at my leisure. On the initial review of the game, I also didn't get prompted the Bile Titan fights. They were nowhere to be seen on the map, but since ranking up they now do appear, and I have made an attempt trying to do some damage to that thing solo. I'll show you some footage of that later, and I'm also exploring some pretty cool solo builds, including that grenade launcher, which is dangerous to man and beast, so best used when you're on your own. Opening up some decent machine guns has also been a huge help. The breaker goes on top of that list. Recognizing and evaluating the subspecies of Terminid has become very awesome. The Stalkers have got some super scary abilities, and the Hunters are just so disruptive. Seeing those funny webbed ears prick up on the horizon line, you just prioritize targets. Also getting thrown down the arc thrower, no pun, a lot more, which is really quite a devastating weapon. Not as OP as that railgun, unfortunately. With 1.06, I am seeing less and less of that grey error box. I'm getting into lobbies, we're dropping in, and then it will kick me on either that drop-in load animation, or once we're in map, people will just slowly either get booted from the game or proactively leave. I cannot wait to get this sorted, because this game is 95% perfect if we just had those connection issues sorted out.
Fire in the hole!
There have been no major improvements on the quality mode. I tried out the anti-aliasing also, didn't even touch it in the review. The differences are just minute. The game is almost unplayable in quality mode when things get very busy. That's a crying shame. I'm sure they will get to it. It just needs to be a peg 30 frames per second. This game is crazy busy, however. I don't think they would have it if it wasn't something that was feasible to achieve, and I am crossing everything that it's playable on quality mode at some point in the future, because the graphics Like everything is loaded in. All of the little enemies around the buildings, you can see everything. That smoke, none of it stutters. Sometimes you get frame drops on distant animations with indigenous creatures, or maybe some of that smoke coming up. Absolutely flawless on the visual front, and we're so close to having a perfect game here. Check this out, Hunters. Don't mess with that grenade launcher. There is, however, a bit of a workaround, and something that has vastly improved with 1.06 and the multiplayer front. The SOS system, be it something that you call when you're on map, seems to be bringing people in a lot better than prior to the patch. I also can visit SOS requests on that galactic screen, which is making things have a higher success rate and less knockbacks with that dreaded grey error message.
Helldivers, you are moving outside the mission area.
I'm also feeling a lot more confident with the game. Having this force so low has made me learn a lot of the stratagems, their range, their attack patterns, and there is so much you are not told. With perks and buffs, you can even give health to other players if you've got the correct equipment, and we're now getting into the realms of boosters being added onto that stratagem bar. But having a devastating weapon like that grenade launcher and having a get out of jail card in the form of the jetpack is such a cool combination when you haven't got other people to rely on. That in turn really helps you when things reach panic station, when you are actually in a multiplayer game and you don't have time to rely on everybody else. Sorting out a problem becomes second nature, and I think that's very key with this game. It's all about keeping your head when things go really wrong. It's easier said than done in most cases though.
Pelican 1 approaching pickup.
Soon, not even a single spore will sully the surface of this planet.
Bag's empty! Found something!
Why has that grenade launcher proven so dangerous? It has claimed a lot of lives because it ricochets, so it has to hit the ground to detonate. If something's walking straight towards you that's armoured, it's just going to ping straight off it, either right towards a teammate or right towards you. But it's alright if you can get a combustion behind what you're aiming at. It does sound a bit complicated, but whoa, it's a two-shot kill on most enemies, and it sounds and looks incredible. I think we're all in agreement on that.
Bag's empty!
So this is the mindset that this game's server issues have put me in, is when people do drop in on the SOS, it's absolutely amazing, and you're just like, yeah, we're going to smash the mission, everything's going to get done a lot quicker, I may even get the chance to get some friendly fire in. It's totally epic when it happens, but it shouldn't be that much of a special occasion. It should be every time you log in, you can have a full force set of gameplay like this. So let's see what the future brings, and I think something very large is going to come at the end of the first month of launch, because we are still technically in week 1. I keep having the debates with people in the comments about how much more of a horde game this is. A lot of people are looking at the footage and just going, what's special about it? There's like zombie modes on Call of Duty. I think it's the detail they've gone into to create that indigenous lived-in aspect, particularly with the Terminids, and even more so with the Automata, giving their bases loads of character, loads of ordnance. They'll fire machine guns out at you. You have to approach a lot of situations on their merit. Giving you that loose structure and lack of tight rein means that you have these organic situations crop up. You hear me talking about it quite a lot. If a game has got like a cauldron of good ideas, then regardless of what you pull out of those ingredients, it's going to be really good, and it's always different every single time, and that gives the game a lot of longevity. This is not like you're going down the same corridor dealing with the same boss. Think Remnant from the Ashes 2. It's very much a blank canvas when it comes to structure, and leaning on its co-op capabilities to enjoy the game is something I'm warming to. I just wish they'd have it fixed, but this is pointing to massive popularity. It's like 200,000 on Steam. It's gone really crazy, so the devs must be both overjoyed and completely scrambling around to deal with this influx. Now, let's look at the Bile Titan. We've got two, you have two on the map, and I was just riveted with excitement. Here I've got 4 people, we're all geared up. I'm like, it's going to happen. Immediately kicked. As soon as we dropped in, it was just me. That didn't stop me going to have a good butchers at the damn thing. The way it like turned up in the structure, like you saw one leg and it's like colossal height and size, and you've got chargers running around trying to distract you. It is definitely a lot easier with better stratagems and more than one person, but it's still totally doable. People have been talking to me about precision airstrikes and queuing up a bunch of big attacks, even having a decent anti-tank weapon. It does keep looking like the greatest sci-fi film you've ever seen. There's no way this game is AA. There's AAA games out there crapping themselves. I said it on the review. There's alien blasters out there who have just like, oh my god, we've really got up the ante. The scenes and the carnage and the death, it's kind of perfect for me. There is one subspecies I haven't seen yet. I saw it on screen grabs for the Steam version of the game, and it's like a big alien queen-headed upright. Almost looks like some sort of tower style monster. Holy crap, I cannot wait to get to the back end of this game. And a reminder, the original game had the home world of these creatures featuring a giant boss that jumped in and out of the dunes. It was like something out of Arrakis. Totally awesome stuff. Please, Matt had some feedback on the grenade launcher and the Bile Titan. Have you managed to solo it yet? I'm going to keep a very close eye on 1.07. Hopefully we'll have these issues fixed. I've been Couch Coop. We'll see you down there.